Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unwrapping the May 2018 ArtSnacks subscription box. I've actually already opened it like I did last time, but that's okay. So I just wanted to get a feel for what was in here before I started talking about it. So for this month, there's a little ad in here for lighting, which, sure. And okay, so here's the 5 things. We got our little candies. This is actually what I got last time, so I don't know. That's okay. Alright, so we'll just go down the list here. So here's the bookmark that you get here. First thing is another Copic Multiliner, which this did come in another box another time, but the difference with this Copic Multiliner and the last one is the nib. So this one is more of like a calligraphy style nib. It's not angled, but it's like a flat blunt, but it's really kind of a fatter nib than the last one. There's a mechanical pencil in here. This is a Tombow. Well, it actually says, I don't know, it was touting that there's a Tombow eraser in here. So this is an interesting little mechanical pencil because the lead is like locked in here, so you have to actually move the, it's like, this is the unlock position, so you have to like, you know, to get it to come out. You see the lead's coming out here. And then you can lock it in place by just moving it up. And then this here, it twists like a chapstick. And I tested to see how far it came out, and this is as far as it came out. So there's quite a bit of eraser in there, more than like a traditional mechanical pencil, and it's a 0.5 lead. So that'll be fun to play with. Pardon me, my allergies are nasty, but I'm trying to get over it. So the next thing here is this eraser. I haven't tested this yet. Ciao, Maggie. It's kind of an interesting little shape here. It's like a pencil shape, so in order to get like some precise erasing, I think that's what that's for, which is kind of interesting. And it's like a big eraser, so it's going to last a while. Okay, on the other side of the card, Big Brush Artist Pen. Yeah, that's this one. I've always seen these in the store, and I've been kind of curious about them. But basically, what this is it's full of India ink. So if you're familiar with India ink at all, it's like it's a waterproof ink. I don't know, it's really, I don't know, it's nice. It's fluid and nice. So this is like the tip that you get here. And the last thing is this Liquitex Professional Paint Marker. So this actually, I guess, I'm assuming this is acrylic ink in here because it also says that it's waterproof when dry. And I got this like fluorescent yellow color, and the nib is also, it's like a highlighter color. So I got this highlighter yellow and this like kind of it says it's ultramarine, but it's actually pretty dark, and I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to test out all these different things that I got in my box, and first I'm going to start with this mechanical pencil. Alright, and it's a 0.5 lead. It's actually pretty soft, so it comes on really hard, like a really nice dark line. You can make them softer lines. If you use this for like a watercolor outline, I highly recommend like dabbing up the graphite with like a gum eraser to kind of make it a light, because you're not really going to achieve the lightest unless you like spend like so much time just barely pressing. It's just easier to do what you're going to do and then dab it up. So I'm going to test out how robust these erasers are. So first I'm going to make like a really nice thick patch. A nice medium patch. And then the light patch is, you know, probably going to be easy enough. So anyway, so here's the the eraser that comes with the pencil, and for the first bit, it goes through the dark side pretty nice. I mean, it erased really clean there. Yeah, so that's good. So it's going to go through the medium pretty well and the light as well. Now this Coom eraser, our ergonomic eraser, it also goes through the dark pretty well. It's got a fatter tip on it, so it looks like it's going to erase more. I mean, it's still leaving a little bit behind, but this again is watercolor paper. Actually, again, this is watercolor paper. I'll show you. It's the Canson watercolor paper, so it's just some cheap watercolor paper. But it's rough, so if any of the graphite got into the grooves of the paper, then it's gonna stick pretty well. So that light piece just completely erased with this, which is good. So now if you go back over the erase spot, I wonder how well it'll erase. Okay. Still pretty good. At least for the Tombow. For the Coom, still pretty good. You got to work at it a little bit. It's you can see some still in there, which is okay, but if you're really making that many mistakes, you got to take a break and kind of a breather and just reevaluate your drawing. So anyway, so the next thing is the Copic Multiliner. It's got that fatter nib, so you can lay down a nice broad stroke, a nice thin stroke with the edge, or if you're good at angling it, you can put down kind of a medium. Oops. I'm not good at it, I guess. Put down kind of a medium stroke. There it is. It's not like a true calligraphy because it doesn't have that tapered edge. It's just a flat blunt. But this is kind of a look you can get with altering the edges. Now this claims to be Copic marker proof. I have a Copic marker to test that on, but I'm going to wait for this to dry just a little bit so that it's not like a biased test. Next thing I'm going to test though is this Faber-Castell Pitt artist pen. It's got my brush nib on it and my India ink inside in ultramarine. So it's a really nice, lovely blue color. I can lay the brush really flat and get a big fat stroke. You see a lot of ink in there. But with the tip, you can get some finer details. Not really too fine, at least not with it. Not as fine as the Copic marker, but your natural instinct is going to want to, kind of brush it down. But it's a really nice color. I like it. It seems like every one of my boxes, I always get like a blue color. I think every single box I've gotten from ArtSnacks had blue in it, which is fine. So like, I think okay, I take that back. My last one had green and yellow, but for the most part, blue. My first one was blue. And then my first one was also blue and yellow, so I got this yellow marker too. So this is just Liquitex paint, which I'm assuming is acrylic. Yep, it says acrylic. Okay. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and lay it down. It's like really highlighter yellow. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do drawing-wise, but and it completely. Well, it doesn't. So it smears pencil, just keep that in mind. And it won't cover it. So it's not opaque. Semi-opaque. You can see it kind of over that India ink there. It kind of smears that Copic marker. some of that off there. But yeah, so it's got that chisel tip. So you can make fat lines, thin lines, medium lines. You get the idea. So now that this marker claims to be Copic proof, I think it's been long enough to test that theory. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my Copic marker from one of my last boxes and color over it. See what happens. And it looks like it goes over it pretty good without smear. Well, I'll take that back. It's smearing over here. So just maybe if you're gonna do this, maybe let it go overnight or for more hours or something. But I mean, it seems to do pretty well. It's just letting it dry that little extra to keep it from doing that. So since these are alcohol based, and it's still holding up to the alcohol, I can assume that the water is not going to take it out either. So anyway, so that's my test, and onward to the challenge. So this is what I ended up making with the materials in the ArtSnacks box for May. It's just kind of a cartoonish looking steampunk airship thingy. I wasn't really sure what to do with the colors. It took me a while to figure out because, like I said, I had blue and yellow for a couple other boxes and I just ran out of ideas. So for this particular one, the yellow I only used really to illuminate the windows in the side and then like the little searchlight at the top there by the propeller. And I actually used the India ink and I scribbled it on a melamine plate and then used some water to dilute it down, which is the light blue color there. So I kind of used it like a watercolor and it works pretty well, but it also, the hard edge dries a lot faster than watercolor. So something to be wary of if you choose to do that particular method. I also mixed the blue with the yellow on that plate to get that kind of turquoise or a greenish color, and I will say that the yellow, since it's more opaque, I suppose, it kind of made the color a little muddy, but it still worked out okay, and it gives it some like visual interest too, to kind of like break up the color, just the two colors in there. But yeah, it was a fun challenge. It looks like it's mostly the Copic marker. My sketch was done underneath with the pencil, which obviously you can't see anymore, but yeah, it took me a while to put that together. Sorry I did not record me making this drawing, but I don't know, I just kind of, as I was laying in bed, started sketching it, and it just kind of didn't really slip my mind, but I just didn't feel like it. But anyway, so here's the end result. But if you're interested in subscribing to my channel, just click on my portrait on the right. And if you'd like to receive notifications when I post, just click on the bell. If you enjoyed this video, just give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next time with another art tutorial / whatever. Bye!